Gotta make sure you take your iron, y'all. I try to go on live, you guys, earlier while I ate. But whenever I go on live, I'm guaranteed to get a phone call. So let's see if I can go on live now without someone calling me. And then the first time I ignored the call and the person called back again. Hi, Alexis Briley. How you pronounce it? Oh, this isn't a wig. This is my hair. Thank you. If it looks like a wig, then that's a compliment. Thank you, Big Daddy Mike. Hey, D. Hi, Daniel. What's up? How you guys doing? I'm good. How are you? Hi, D. Eileen. Hi, Hazel Swirl. Hi, Titus Farming. Hi, Shy Guy. Black women got such beautiful hair. So then why did you think it was a wig if you thought black women had beautiful hair? You about to get in trouble with me, Big Daddy. You about to get in trouble with me. Yeah, these are locks. They're called sister locks. No wig, no fake hair. It's the real deal. I actually have a shirt that I'm going to start selling that's as real as my locks. So stay tuned. That link is coming soon. What are y'all up to? What did you eat for dinner? What are you eating? My voice is coming back. It was worse before. Excuse me. I ate dinner. I ate a salad. And I'm going to eat an ice cream sandwich. I'm going to wash dishes. And then I got to chart my patience with you guys. What are you guys up to? Let me tell y'all something. Having glass and mirror for your table seems like a good idea until you find yourself having it every minute. But, yeah, guys. And this is my little napkin holder. Isn't it cute? I'm fighting the urge to not go to sleep and not chart on my people. So what's up? Tell me what y'all eating for dinner. It's almost 9 o'clock here. How was your day? How was your, what is it, Wednesday? How was your Wednesday? Today I saw 12 patients. Yesterday I saw 13. Today I saw 12. Tomorrow I go back to work with the RB in Rhode Island. And then Friday I see actually I see 2 patients tomorrow before I go to work with the RB. And then I see the rest on Friday. I got ice cream in my hair. Hold on. Let's stick to the plan. We're gonna go wash the dishes. Then we're gonna chart on my patients because I'm trying to be in bed by 30. I feel like I broke down and I got so sick and lost my voice because I've been running too much. I had like 3 weeks without any rest, without having a day off and relaxing. I feel like it took a toll on me. So I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to take better care of myself so I don't have to break down and get sick like that again. If you don't take a break, your body will make you take a break. And that's worse than you choose to take a break. So, trying to work on that. It's nice to push and do a bunch of things, but you gotta make sure that you're eating good, you're getting enough rest, you're not stressed, mentally tired. So yeah, I feel like now I'm trying to get myself back to baseline health-wise. Thankfully, I feel better. It's just my voice. Oh, I gotta take the trash out too. Tomorrow's trash day. And I don't like for a piece of trash to stay in the house the night before. Trying to think the best place to put y'all while I wash my dishes. Put y'all here. Hopefully you don't fall into the sink. Do y'all still wash dishes by hand or do you guys use a dishwasher? Me personally, I love washing my dishes by hand. Y'all, I can't wait to when it's nice so that I can be outside in my little gazebo. I have these little torch lights that are solar around it. It looks so pretty. I got my ceiling done in my at last. For those of y'all that follow my channel, you know that the water came over from the tub into the kitchen a couple months back. So I finally got that fixed. So there's not a big water spot in my kitchen anymore. And I had a leak underneath the kitchen sink. I got that fixed too. And then I'm going to do a project together. I want to cut some glass. I tried to go to these different Ace Hardware stores to see if they could cut the glass for me. And they're saying no. So I'm going to buy a glass cutter. And I'm going to attempt to do it myself at home. You know, I refuse to take no for an answer. love these plates, these glass square plates. They're so cute. I got them from, I think it was Goodwill. There was 3 of them for like $4, if I'm right. Everybody that comes to my house, they're always like, ooh, okay, fancy. They don't even know that I got them at Goodwill. I'm a thrift shopper. I love thrift shopping. I haven't gone in a while, but I'm overdue. Tomorrow's my best friend's birthday. Hi, Dee. How are you? How was your day? What are you up to? What did you eat for dinner today? I'm doing well. I can't complain. I lost my voice and I'm trying to get it back. I made some honey and lime. I've been drinking tea and it's sounding better, but I still, you know, it's still sounding a little hoarse. I'm still sounding like a man. Well, you made mac and cheese? What is your ingredients for mac and cheese? I'm trying to find a good mac and cheese recipe. I don't like when mac and cheese is too wetty. And you know what, when I say wetty, you know, the ones that has like water literally in it. Did you make it yourself or did you buy it? I feel like I made it once and it came out okay, but I don't remember what my ingredients was. I kind of winged it. You don't put as much milk or butter. Okay. Do you season it? Do you put like black pepper and anything else? And what did you eat the mac and cheese with? Like, is it chicken or what? This weekend, I got some banging jerk chicken. This guy made it from my church. It was so good. Oh, you put salt and pepper? Okay. I've been like thinking and dreaming about that jerk chicken. Now I want more. I'm a sucker for some jerk chicken. The jerk chicken was so good, it had me thinking about going. Be right back. I said, okay, thank you. The jerk chicken was so good this weekend, man. It had me like rethinking my life. I was thinking about going on vacation to Jamaica. They had me thinking about getting a Jamaican boo. The jerk chicken was so good. But nah, I'm not doing one of those things. So what are y'all up to? Am I the only one? I can't go to bed with dishes in my sink. I can't go to bed with dishes in my sink. I can't go out, like go out to work. I could be in a rush. I'm going to stop and wash my dishes first. I also can't go to bed, like leave the house without doing my dishes. I mean, without making my bed. Like every morning when I wake up, I make my bed no matter what. It's just certain things that I'm programmed to do. And you know what? It's good to practice doing it because even when you're tired, the next morning when you wake up and you take the corner, it makes you feel good to see your kitchen spotless. Or when you come in from work or off the street and you look and you find your kitchen or your house clean, it makes you feel good. Versus imagine waking up and as soon as you take the corner first thing in the morning, you see your sink full of dishes. Or you come in from work after a long day and all the dishes are in the sink. So no matter how tired I am, I push and I do it. Because I like to come around and to see it spotless. When my certain stuff aren't in order in my house, I feel overwhelmed. When am I going to stream again? I tried to go on, I've been trying to do a live every day, once a day at least, but it doesn't always work that way. Do you have a channel too, D? And if so, what's your channel about? Let me know. If so, I'll go support it. I'll subscribe. Okay. All right. So now, actually, I'm going to throw this trash. I already threw it out earlier, and there really isn't much trash in it. But again, tomorrow is my trash day. And so I'm the type of person, you know, I cleaned out the fridge. When it's trash day, I don't want not a piece of trash to stay in my house for the following day. There's this box that my soundbar came in. I'm tempted to throw it away, but I'm thinking that I should save it in case any problems. I can return it. I got the JBL soundbar. What y'all know about that? Is that a good soundbar? I got a bunch of things in this box too from Amazon. And I'm tempted to give them to one of my neighbors or throw them away because I really don't want them. And the box is sitting here. I'm going to see if any of my neighbors want this stuff. They be thinking I'm so sweet, y'all, because I gave. But little do they know this stuff that I don't want. I'm going to wait. I'm going to go through it. I got this, a little lamp to for the nails, for the gel nails. In case I start trying to do my nails at home to save money, I have a little lamp. So I'm going to look through it there. Oh, you got to go? Okay, no problem. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for the love, D. Alright, let's turn this light off and go upstairs and get the trash from upstairs. Y'all, one time I fell down the stairs. I was coming down and I had on these plastic slippers and I didn't watch my step when I came down. The last two steps, and I fell mad hard on my behind. I was so shocked. I stayed there for like 15 minutes. And then I called my sister and I was like, I just fell. I was so shocked. She was like, okay. So why are you calling me? I was like, I don't know. I'm just so taken back. I haven't had a fall in a long time, you know? This is the bathroom garbage that we clean out. Thank you. Bye, D. All right, so then we are going to go throw the trash away before it gets too late because they be having all kinds of animals. Hi, Nurse Matilda. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. I think you commented Was it you that commented on my video a little while ago? Or was it someone else? Okay. I just finished eating, wash my dishes. Up this room in here to my little office area, but I'll be so busy. Take the mannequins, I'm gonna take them to my commercial space. And I wanna get a sofa in here, but I don't know, we'll see. I might take y'all sofa shopping with me. Do y'all like window shopping? All right, let's go throw the trash out. Let me tell y'all something. One time, it was like midnight, and my friend kept saying, like, you need to stop taking out your trash so late at night. It's not safe. And I was like, girl, my neighborhood is quiet. And then oh, it was raining. Yeah, so she said, you gotta stop taking out the trash so late at night. Oh, it's raining now. I better get back in because I just was sick a little while ago. Yeah, so my friend kept saying, you need to be throwing away your trash when it's not late at night. And I was like, girl, my neighborhood is safe. And then I went to go throw it away. And right when I got to my trash, I saw this little white cat. He was just like sitting down, but it scared me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like midnight. And when I looked, I just saw him sitting. And then he like started running towards me. And if you know me, I'm a scary cat. So I took off and then he started chasing me. When I tell y'all, I ran from the side where my garbage is. Let me wash my hands because I don't like when I touch. I normally wear gloves when I'm touching the trash. And so I ran from the side where my trash bin is. And I almost like fell up the stairs to my front steps because I was like trying to look back to see where the cat was. I don't know why it scared me so bad that the cat was running behind me. But it just gave like he was going to jump on me, and I don't like when animals or cats jump on me. So yeah, so I ran in and I slammed the door. I said, oh hell no. I'm never gonna take my trash out so late again. I'm trying to decide if I should chart down here or should I chart upstairs. I think I should chart upstairs in my bed because I think the charger for the laptop is upstairs, if I'm right. Let's see. Where's my charger? Where is my charger? I feel like every day I'm looking for my charger. Oh, let me put my alarm on before I forget. I'll be forgetting to put my alarm on. I think we got water upstairs already. Look at my new light, y'all. I love it. It's like a crystal ball. I got y'all in the dark. Don't be scared. Okay. So let me take the lap upstairs. It's my notebook. Oh, I need that to know what to chart on my people. Let me just show y'all one of the best things I ever got was this light bulb. It's a sensor light bulb. So that as soon as I come in to my house, it pops on. I have one that's at the front of the house like that too. So as soon as someone is coming up to my steps, it's a motion light. That's why I actually need to cut my glass, because I changed the light fixture that's at the front of the house. The one that has this around the light bulb. But with this around it, the motion sensor doesn't work. So I'm going to buy a glass cutter from Home Depot, because I tried to take it to like a hardware store to see if they could do it for me. But everyone's saying, no, we only cut flat glass. We don't cut round glass. I was like, So I watched a couple YouTube videos, and I saw that I get a glass cutter. I could score it, dip it in boiling water, dip it in cold water, dip it back in boiling water. Like, keep doing it, and it'll just snap. That's what it's supposed to do anyway. So let's see. So I'm gonna do that. Maybe tomorrow, if I'm not too tired when I get out of work. I'm going to stop and get the glass cutter from Home Depot. I gotta clean up in here. All right, so we got my book. How many bottles of water y'all drink a day? Okay. So I'm just fixing up my sofa. Trying to figure out the best place to put y'all. I have a phone stand, but I never use it. My phone is always dying. Hi, Bree. How you doing, Bree? How was your day? I'm working my way upstairs. I'm about to chart at 8. I washed my dishes, cleaned my kitchen up, took my trash out, and I'm about to sit in bed and chart. And I'm going to brush my teeth and go to sleep. How was your day, though? Let's close the blinds so the neighbors aren't looking in my room. How was home care world today? I think the most dangerous thing about home care is having to go into places that you don't know who's in there. That's the only con about when you do the starts of care, because you are going into the line of fire first. Like, at least if it's someone that was already being seen, then they wrote the note saying something about the patient. But when you're going in first, it could be a trap house, it could be, you don't know what you're going into. Cleanly wise, you don't know. I don't know where my charger is. And that's crazy for my laptop. Where did I put that at? Oh. Oh, there was a nurse that went on live on TikTok doing her med pass. What happened? I imagine she got fired. Is she gonna lose her license? I don't have TikTok, so I don't really follow. Is she gonna get in trouble though, or is she losing her license? To be honest, I feel like as a content creator, you should never be going live at work. I don't think that ever is a good idea. I see, let's say people do videos dancing and stuff. She said, oh, she patient's name and made a med error. Yeah, she's about to lose her license. She's about to lose her license. Yeah, I you know, people get comfortable with content creating, but yeah, I never do that. The most I do is I take video of me walking up to the house that I'm going to, but not even inside. Like I will never record inside or, you know, anything like that. I'm trying to think where the charger is for my laptop because I know it was dying. Where could that be? It's unknown if she got fired. I assume she is, but I never do it either. I recorded my car up. Oh, you have a YouTube channel, Bree? Yeah, we're fine. We're allowed to talk about nursing as long as we're not mentioning the client's name. And so, yeah, you're allowed to talk about it. So if it's in the car, that's not a problem. But in the facility, I think you just run the chance of possibly a paper being behind you with the person's name. So, yeah, I don't even, you know, I would never at a facility be recording and, you know, even if I think it's fine, like, even let's say in the break room, you could be in the break room and someone come to talk to you about it. And now if you're on live, especially, you know, one thing is recording it where you can edit it out. But when you're live, people didn't heard the name. So yeah, I wouldn't do that. In the car though, it's fine. You gotta comment on one of my videos, Bree, so that I can find your channel because when the live ends, I can't find my comments. Okay, good. I was getting nervous. Yeah, no. Just don't do it in the facility or in any of their homes. I think you're fine. What in the world is my charger? Oh, here we go. I found it. What is your channel about? Is it about nursing? Yeah, because I think people think that they're being careful when they go live. Like they flip their badge around, but still, there could be a paper behind them that says the name or, you know, anything. And then to add to all that, going live. Oh, I forgot to get my honey alarm. Look how many times I didn't try to go upstairs and I keep forgetting things. It's not easy getting old, y'all. And then going live doing a med pass is even crazier because you're supposed to be focused before you give up this med. So you should not be on comments and So she's definitely going to get in trouble, fired, and who knows, maybe lose her license because you committed a whole med error that could have killed somebody or caused harm because you were focused. I mean, I don't want anybody to ever lose their job or their license, but I mean, when I used to be giving meds, I didn't even used to want to talk to another staff member while I was giving meds, let alone be on live where you're reading those comments and no. So I feel bad for her, but I kind of don't because what was she thinking? What was she thinking? I mean, nursing is hard as it is. You run the risk of almost of doing a med pass at least once in your life as a nurse on, just out of just it happening, let alone because you're on a video call, meanwhile or on live. How long have you been a nurse, Bree? I should go chart in my chair over there, but I don't know why. I wanted this Chase chair from Raymore and Flanagan so bad, and I don't even sit in it. I was an RN for 4 years, and I'm an RN for 1 year. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, do you feel like there was a big difference, and you was a CNA before that? Okay. Do you feel like it was a big difference between the role of the LPN and the RN? I was a CNA for 10 years before I became a RN. And I gotta say, the biggest thing that I hated was, being a CNA, I was able to be like, I don't know, not my problem, ask the nurse. Hey, que lo que? Yeah. Jean, Alfredito Hernandez Jean. Okay. I would say not much. There are a few skills, otherwise like IV push meds and okay. That's good. Yeah, I feel like when I went from being a CNA to a nurse, I went from being able to go, not my problem, let me get the nurse, to me having to now problem solve and be like, what happened? That made me miss being a CNA. I miss being like, I don't know, let me get the nurse. I love that. Sometimes I used to look at the, let me tell y'all, one day, it's like the realest feeling. I saw someone one day say that they saw EVS clean the room and they were envious of EVS. And I don't know if you've ever unless you're a real nurse, you don't understand what that comment means. Cause I feel them 110%. See EVS cleaning the room so carefree, listening to the music, wiping down the stuff. And I was like, man, I remember when I used to just do a carefree job like that, where I could just be like, now I live people's life in my hand. Now I got doctors looking for me. I got everybody calling me, asking me what to do. And I'm like, and I want to hide, like when I used to be doing the job that was easy as pie. I don't know. Ask the nurse. Get your nurse. You want me to get your nurse? No problem. I'll get your nurse. That was the best feeling ever. The best. But, they say you got to pay that cost to be us. I also wasn't making money during that time, so I guess it comes with the territory. Trying to think of the best way to do this. My phone's dying, yet I need to charge. Have you ever worked in a hospital, Bree? Oh yeah. Yep. This is the thing. This is how life works. And I come to realize the higher you go in pay is the less work you have to do physically, but the more work you have to do mentally and the more responsibility you take on. So the lower your pay is, the more work you do, but the more manual work you do, let's put it like that, the more physical work you do. And I mean, you're not really doing things that cause you to be like liable or get, you're not doing stuff that are like, word it like, oh, I don't know if I killed somebody, basically. Oh, you didn't like the hospital? You like the nursing home more than the hospital? Yeah, but the more pay you get, the less manual labor you do, but the more responsible you'll be for things. Oh, you're not built for the high adrenaline stuff. Ah, wow. You know what? I left. That's why as soon as I got out of nursing school, my first job was in the ICU. I loved the adrenaline. I loved the, oh, we doing this. All of a sudden, this person is crashing. Oh, get the cold card. Do this, do that, do compressions. But then after a while, I got tired. I was like, that was fun. I'm out of here. You know what it was too? Like, when I was a CNA, I used to go outside on my and sit outside and eat my lunch and talk on the phone and sit in the sunlight. And then when I became a nurse, they were like, "Oh yeah, we need you to stay close in case something happens with your patient on break." I was like, "Wait, what?" So even on my break, I don't need to be around. Like, so I couldn't leave the floor really, except to run upstairs to buy food real quick, and then I had to bring it back up. And then I was like, man, I'm tired of being in the building for 12 hours and a half. I can't even go out anymore. So that just killed it for me. I said, nah, let me leave the hospital. I want to be outside, getting fresh air. These allergies are kicking my butt. You say you're not built for the high adrenaline. You're not trying to run around. Have you ever had your ankles almost break ankles? Hey, oh my goodness, how you doing? Girl, I haven't seen you in a long time on my videos. I've been wondering about you. I said, I hope she's okay. Have you been posting? You love home health. I feel like hospice like a gang. It's hard to get into hospice. Maybe it's a little bit easier when you're coming from like home care, but I feel like hospice is like a gang. In other words, they don't hire you unless you have experience, but yet they don't want to give you experience. Oh, you just been busy. Okay. Well, that's good. As long as you're okay, that's all that matters. I swear I thought of you the other day though. I said I haven't seen you in a long time. Home care is like a gang too. I remember like when I left the ICU, I thought that when I applied to whatever job, all of them were gonna be grabbing me. But home care was like, "Where are you coming from? The hospital?" No thanks. I was like, "No thanks. You don't want me? I'm coming from the ICU." Like, yeah, no thanks. Close the door behind you. I was like, I was so heartbroken. I was crushed. I couldn't believe it. I think they just think it's like retraining a different mentality. So they don't have time for that. It's like when you come from the ICU, you gotta have great teamwork skills. That's one thing I set the tone that I always looked at nursing like teamwork. Whatever setting I worked in, I always was like, oh, let me help you. Because the ICU, you gotta work like a team. It's so much going on that you can't go in there and co-patient by yourself. You need the team with you. Like, so that mentality carried through for me in every other setting that I worked in. I feel like I have so much patience that were left to see this month that I didn't get a chance to see. And tomorrow, if I didn't work the RV tomorrow, I could make it up and see a lot of them. But because I work the RV tomorrow, that only leaves me with Friday. And then I gotta finish by a certain time too. So it is what it is. I mean, I know I'm gonna hit my 30, over my 30 patients, but I would have did a killing and saw like maybe 40 or 50. Do I think NP school is worth it? You know what? I was in NP school. I was in NP school. That was like in 20 2021, I want to say. But number one, I was paying for it out of pocket because I paid for my BSN, I paid for nursing out of pocket. My only school loans was when I lived on campus and I did my first degree. Nursing, I paid for it out of pocket. So in my mind, I'm like, well, I could do the same thing again for NP school, so I don't finish with loans. So I was like on this payment plan where I think it was like 1,700 a month that I would pay, but I felt like I stayed with no. So I mentioned that because number one, that in itself became taxing. But apart from bills and everything else, paying $1,700 a month, I felt like I wasn't enjoying any of my money. Then the thing is that I started looking into it like, do I really want to be an NP? Like, what setting will I work in? The only thing I would have done with NP was open my own clinic. I wanted to be in like a area where I could serve the underserved minority population, right? So I could have my own clinic there. But other than that, I didn't have a desire to be an intensivist in the ICU because again, I didn't feel a hospital for 12 and a half hours no more. I didn't even feel like being in a clinic anymore because a lot of people were saying, "Oh, I thought I was going to have time to like really pour into my patients, but you got to see this many patients." So it's like you don't get to give them the due diligence that you would like. So after a while, I started thinking about it. I'm like, I'm gonna go to school, take on all these, pay all of this money to make about maybe $10,000 more than what I was making at that time. And I was like, I feel like I could make that $10,000 a different way. So no. At this point I'm more into so I ended up dropping out. I did the first semester, I paid for it out of pocket. I got two B's. I did pathophysiology and I can't remember what the other class was, but I got two B's and I was like, nah, I don't want to do this no more. I felt like I was doing it because it was like when now was the time before I have kids and stuff, let me bang this out so that I could have my belt. But realistically, I didn't really want to do it. My passion is more like I said, entrepreneurship at this point, being able to teach. I love teaching. Um, so yeah, that's where my heart is. Are you thinking about doing NP? I swear I don't have COVID, y'all. I'm not dying. Cough sounds worse than what it is. It's because I'm talking. That's why I'm coughing. If I don't talk, I don't cough. Oh my goodness. This is the con. When you see all these patients, you got to chart on all of them. I mean, I did chart on some of them as I went, so that was good, but you finishing up your charting too? I normally don't. I normally don't play that. I normally chart as I go. But it's like a catch 22 because again, with my visits fast. They're like 15 minutes. So normally, let's say it's a regular day and I see about 8 to 10 people, um I'll chart as I go. So when I'm finished, I'm done. I don't like to take work home with me. I like that when I'm home, it's about me. It's not about work. But the days that I pick up more than my regular amount, like let's say the day I saw 18 people, at that point I'd be like, is it more about me charting as I go or banging out these 18 people and getting the money? So when I weigh it out, I'm like, just keep going so that you can stay on course and get into everybody on time because with that many people, you can't afford to be late to one because it'll throw your whole day off. So when I have extra people, I try to just push through. I do chart as I go, so I don't have everybody. Out of the 12, I charted on, let me see, one, two, three, four, five, six. So out of the 12, I charted on six. So I only have six left. So I try not to take it all home. I would have been so sick if I had to chart on everybody right now. It's the narrative for me. You know what? I everybody always used to laugh like that narrative part that you do for the care. I used to love that because mine, like, let's say everyone else's was like this. Mine was always like this because I always set the scene like um, patient seated on the table eating. Upon nurse arrival, patient seemed to be in a pleasant mood and cooperative. Like I would describe everything because I want like that's why I said what I said that the starter care to me, the starter care nurse should be the eyes for everyone else that's coming afterwards. So if you read my note, you should know what to expect in every aspect. I feel like when other people do the starter care and I'm going in after them, I don't think that they do the due diligence sometimes. So I'm blindsided by things I don't like that. When I write that narrative, I put how many steps it was to enter their house or their apartment. I put what floor they live on. I put if they have a pet or not. I put who lives with them, what they with. Um, if the house was unkept, I remember one time there was a guy that I felt like there was like 200 flies in his house. Like it felt like it was raining because the fly, oh my God, the flies were just passing all over my eyes. I like had to go back with goggles because it felt like it was raining. There was like just flies moving everywhere. It was the nastiest thing I ever saw. And guess what I did? I wrote in my note over 100 flies in the house. House unkept, this, that. Like I described it all. I painted a picture for them. And then the other people that read the note, I was notes to the other people that went afterwards, and everyone kept saying so many flies. I'm like, oh, they thought I was exaggerating when I said there was a lot of flies. Literally, it was at least 100 flies. It was crazy. So yeah, that part to me, even with my charting that I do here, my job always tells me, we love how you chart because like you paint the picture. Like we could it's like we went into the house with you. You said yours is a template that you made on Chat GPT and I change it for each one. Dang, that's a dirty house. I've been lucky. You only 1 to 2 houses like that. Oh no, let me tell you, I always going into the trenches. So I've always seen some crazy stuff. I've had people, inmates that were coming out of jail that were like on parole. I've had on ankle bracelet. Oh, I had it all. But like let's say this job, the job that I do the 15-minute visits, they get a template. I'm not even gonna hold you. They get a template that I adjust. And then especially because I go to them every other month, I copy the note and I just change their appointments. That's it. But when I used to do the starts of care used to get a whole note from scratch. Because I used to be like, listen, if you read my note, you'll know everything going on. Talk about their meds, what med they didn't have, what med they did, what they that, what I ordered from the pharmacy. Everything used to be in my note. But this job right here, I'll be like copy, paste, change around appointments, done. But they're always like, you're so descriptive. I'm like, yeah, maybe because I'm used to doing starts of care, so I over put I guess. But you know what it is too? I over share my information because you see so many people that they always say make sure that if you're called to court for your notes, that you'll remember what took place. And so for me, I'd be like, we see so many people. Imagine somebody calling you asking you about a patient you did a starter care on a year ago that the name doesn't mean nothing to you. So by reading my note, if they allow me to read my note, I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah. So I put them details like that are important, what I told them, what they said when I told them, because I want to make sure that I'm covered in the event that God forbid I ever had to go to court. Yeah, at least you're good, you know? So I make sure I put my note in a way that I can remember what took place. You about to have me choking. She said that is true. I should improve on my note. I swear I'm lying, y'all. It's because I'm talking and I'm laughing. I think my cough drop's finished. And my honey and lime. This is my little honey and lime. Yeah, that's my biggest fear. When they say that they call you years later to ask you about a patient, I'm like, can you imagine 10 years from now, 5 years from now, even like if it's 5 months now, for them to ask me about a patient, their names don't even, I'll be like, who? What? I remember when the job used to call me like, hey, this patient that you did the start, I'm like, never in my life. It's like, no, that's my honey lime concoction. But this was it. It finished. I need to go down and make some more. Honey and lime will get you right. You know what's crazy? Right now, the job that I work at, I see 30 people a week and I see them every other month. And do you know that there's people that all now I don't know their names? Like, I know their names as in that I see their names often. Let's say it's Billy Joe. Of course, you know, I don't have a patient named Billy Joe. I, I see Billy Joe's name, so I know they're my patient, but I don't know who it is. Like, I can't put the face to it. And sometimes it's sad because I call them to confirm my visit. And I'm like, hi, this is nurse da 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 da. I'm calling to confirm my visit with Billy Joe. And you could hear in their voice that they're so excited, like, oh, how are you? And I'm like, oh, this must be someone that really likes me, but I don't know who it is. So I'm like, good, yeah, I look forward to seeing you. And then when I pull up, like how I associate them though with is with their house. So when I put the address in and I pull up to the house, then I'm like, oh, that's my guy, da 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 da. Or oh, that's my little lady that. But their names don't mean anything to me. Hey D, their names don't mean anything to me. Their house will let me know who my patient is, but their name, especially because again I have a bunch of like I got my Spanish speaking people. I got 20 million people with the same name, you know, like the common names. Back, I'm still up here running my mouth talking. I'm supposed to be charting, but I'm busy talking. And my goal is to be in bed by 10:30 tonight. Cause I gotta wake up. I gotta see a patient at one at 8, one at 8:30, and then run off to Rhode Island. I got a bunch of patients that I didn't see. I don't know what's gonna happen. What time do you go to bed, D? I'm trying to become very disciplined in my life. I wake up early, but I can't get out of bed. Like I wake up 6 o'clock and then I just lay there. But when the times that I have gotten up early, I feel like I gained so much in my day. Like the times that I remember there was a time I used to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I used to go to the gym for 5. I'll be there for an hour. I'll come back. I would shower. I would season my meat that I'm going to cook that day. Or sometimes I would cook for the day so that at least when I get home now, my food is done. Um, I would get so much done. Like, and by the time the sun would be coming up, I'd be like, wow, I went to the gym. I cooked. I showered. I did this. I did that. It felt like you like one upped on everyone else all around you. But the problem is getting out of bed every day. Because let's say one day you don't feel good, you have cramps one day, you like, mm-mm. And once you miss it one day and you off a schedule, you could forget it. You go to bed at 10. That's awesome. I put my phone to go on Do Not Disturb for 10 o'clock, but I'll be up still, unfortunately. And then sometimes if I go to bed too early, I wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. So it's a catch 22. Mm. Said, how comes I? Oh, okay. how many patients do you see in a day, Bree? My favorite workout, I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't worked out in a long time. So the only thing that I've really been doing is walking. And when this new year started, I got a walking pad in my house. So I'm supposed to walk on it an hour a day or at least 3 times a week. But I haven't. But I do plan to get back on it. I'm having surgery in like 2 weeks. And then after my surgery and I heal, my plan is to really get on it and then be snatched. To be serving body D. Oh yeah. Let me tell you something. I got like 3 clocks. I have 6, 6:30, 7. I'll be up, but I'll just be in the bed like this until late. It's so crazy. Tomorrow's my best friend's birthday. I just remember that now. Life is so crazy. Is it just me or like when you get older, it's harder to make friends? I felt like when I was in my 20s or a teenager, you would just like go outside and sneeze and you got like 4 friends. But now I'm 36 and I feel like I haven't made a friend in a long time. I think the last time I really organically made a friend. Let me think, who is the last friend that I actually made? And I feel like when I have like my friends that I've made, yeah, I'm 36. I'm your last friend. Oh, you're my last friend, Pascal. Thank you. You are my friend for real. You show my page so much love. I appreciate it. How you doing? How was your day? I'm charting. I'm trying to work. How was how was your day? I still got a cough. I lost my voice and everything, but I'm feeling better. Work was good. I saw 12 people today. I was sick this weekend. I'm feeling better now, but I lost my voice and I have a cough when I talk. I should have made some tea. I might go back downstairs. Thank you. Amen. Good. When I tell you Friday they came to work on my house and I went downstairs. I was like, let me go downstairs so I could be present while they're working on my house. This is all I did all Friday. On the sofa. I know they must have been like, this girl must do some heavy drugs because all I could do was sleep. Like they kept calling me like, oh, let me show you what we're gonna fix. And I'll be like, mm-hmm. I felt my eyes was open while they were talking to me. They were showing me things, and I'll be like, yeah, okay, yeah, just do whatever you think is best, and then I'll go back and go to sleep. Take some warm honey. Yeah, I just finished drinking some honey and lime that I made, but I'm thinking I'm gonna make some tea and put the honey in the tea. Um, to soothe my throat. It doesn't help that I like to talk. Maybe if I was to stop talking, it would help. But I'm talking, so it's probably taking it longer to heal, but I keep talking. I like to run my mouth, Pascal. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, D. I could not stop sleeping on Friday. I was trying to. I was like, sit up, girl. They're thinking something's wrong with you. The guy kept saying, Princess. I guess he didn't know my name, so he must have been like, what can I call her? Princess. I was like, oh, that is so cute. He was like an older Jamaican guy. Princess. I was like, yes. Look, yes. Oh my goodness. The next day they came back. No, they came back. He came back Sunday, and I was feeling better. So I was like, hey, yeah, sorry I was sleeping so much on Friday. I didn't feel good. He was like, oh, yeah, no problem. I just figured that you were really tired. Every time they would pass by, I'd be like, when you so like, because I feel like it's been like a month. It's been a month of no rest. Like every day I've had something to do for the past month, from Sunday to Saturday. Sunday, I'll either be volunteering, doing something with the kids for my church every day. Monday, I would either be working, tutoring, doing stuff. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, I'll be working sometimes both the jobs. Saturday is, of course, the Sabbath for me, but I'll still wake up early to get to church by Sabbath school time, which is like 9:30. Every day I had something to do and I couldn't just sit. So Friday was the first day that I actually sat in my house the whole day. And so my body was like, shut down, activated. It was just awful. It was awful, but very much needed. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. What are you up to, Pascal? How was your day? What did you do? Did you go to work? Was it busy or not too bad? Busy as always. What do you work doing again? I'm trying to remember what you told me you work doing for a living. Oh, you're a nurse. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay. Oh, wait, the people with the Alzheimer's, right? Oh, okay, good. See? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you had to be running behind them, chasing them. I think I'm going to get off here. Oh, you just resumed Monday. Okay. Oh, yeah, because you were on vacation for a bit with family, right? I feel like it's bittersweet. Yeah, I do have holidays off. No worries with the caps. I have holidays off. That's a good thing with this job. I don't work any holidays or any weekends. I feel like when you go on vacation though, I can't do anything more than 2 weeks. If I go on vacation for more than 2 weeks, I start contemplating how I could survive without ever working again. Do y'all be doing that on vacation? I feel like every time I've gone on vacation, I've been there daydreaming like, what can I do to keep this going forever? How can I stay at this resort forever? I don't need a car. I mean, I don't need a house. I don't like I start thinking of all the things I could get rid of that can allow me to never work again, or at least only work part-time. Like, I start thinking about all of these things. Am I the only one? So sometimes it's dangerous. Sometimes I don't even want to go on vacation, because when I go on vacation, I feel like my brain just starts to, yeah. And then I go back to work and I'll be like, hi, how are you? I'm so sad to go back to work, especially when I worked in a hospital. I felt like I could cry in the morning when it's time to go back to work. Yeah. I don't know, but for people somewhere, that's their life. So I'm like, what can I do to let that be my life? I don't play the lottery, so I'm not gonna win that. Oh my goodness. Where was that? Where was that, Bree? Where was it that the nurse was beat up? And what setting was it in? I know here in Connecticut, there was a nurse that recently, about a year ago, that she was killed. She was a home care nurse too. She went to go see a patient. He just got released from prison, and he was violent. And again, they didn't do anything to her. And that's why I said, when you do the starts of care, you're like going into the fire blind. And so she went to go see him. That man strangled her and put her in the basement. I mean, thankfully, like, he was her first patient she went to. So she had other patients to see for the day. And her husband started looking for her. And so when they tracked her phone, their phone led them to led them to the guy's house. Got out of prison, killed a nurse. So that's why I said it's really dangerous. Like, that's the con of going to people's houses. You don't know who this person is. And when I go in, like, I'm big on energy. I don't know. I mean, energy is probably not the word, because I don't know. But it's just the atmosphere. So there've been places where I feel like uneasy. And when I feel like that, I'll be like, let me get up out of here fast. Then you go into some places where they be like, you could tell they like practice voodoo, or they like literally you see the stuff in there. I'm like, let me get up out of here fast too. I mean, I bought mace myself. My company didn't get mace, but I bought mace. Oh, I bought it on Amazon. It was like a little black. It comes in pink or black. I bought it right on Amazon. And then it's funny because I let me tell you this. Make sure that when you spray it, that the wind is not blowing, honey. Because one time I found it because I lost it, right? I bought it when I first was gonna start home care. I was like, let me get some mace to protect myself. So I bought it, and then you get comfortable and you forget about it. Then one day I was going through my stuff and I found it again. So I was like, I wonder if it's still good, because it's been like a year. So I was in my garage. I was like, let me spray it to see if it's still, has, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. All I know is I sprayed it and the wind took it back to me. I was like, like it put me into a whole coughing attack. It didn't get in my eyes, thank God, but it was burning my nose. I was like, yeah, it still works. Yes, it still works. So I maced myself, honey. And then I lost it again, so I don't know where it is again. So yeah, I bought it on Amazon though. So you can check Amazon out. It was like little, it's like this big. And at first I was like, oh, I'm gonna keep it in my pocket, my scrub pocket right here, so that if I go anywhere and I feel uncomfortable, I can put my hands in my pocket and just play it cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then you get comfortable, like I said, you start doing home care and you're like, I forgot all about this mess business. But I do know a pen. A pen is a good weapon too. So always be ready. You can stab somebody with a pen. But I always think about that. I'd be like, maybe she. Like when you're going into these places. But imagine you're going all out your pocket and they'd be like, oh, heck no, now you done lost your license for taking a gun to work and all this stuff. So, but yeah, it's really unsafe going to these places by yourself. I wish you could go in with other people. That's the dangerous part of home care. And I hate like let's say when I go in to a patient for the first time, and let's say it's like a little let's say it's a lady. So when I go in, you'll see like this big strapping man waiting for you outside, and you'll be like, "Hi, so then I learned. I said, "Okay, make sure that you," because then I started thinking about Jeffrey Dahmer. That didn't help neither. When I saw the thing on Netflix about Jeffrey Dahmer, because I started to be like, what if I end up like there's a neighbor that's like a Jeffrey Dahmer and they're like, yes, this is the house you're looking for. And when I get in there, they like eat me. they, eat, they eat me. So that after I saw that movie, I was scared again. Like there's these waves. I go through waves where I'll be scared and then I get comfortable again and forget. But when I saw the Jeffrey Dahmer thing, I was like, oh hell no, I'm scared again. So so I like so I'll see, let's say it's a lady, like I said, a lady that I'm going to see. It'll be a guy that's outside. So he'll be like, oh, this is the house that you're looking for. I learned to be like, what's the client's name or what's the patient's name? Because then they're not gonna know. They're not gonna know who I'm there for, you know? Because at first I used to be like, is this Billy Joe's house? And they'll go, yes. And then I was like, no, you got to stop doing that because anybody, if it's Jeffrey Dahmer, they going to say, yes, you know? And then you get in there and then they eat you. So you got to be like, what's the client's name? That's how you get, that's how you know. That crime stuff will have you messed up. The crime will have you terrified again. Yeah, so I learned. So when it's the guy, let's say, and it's a female that you're looking for, you'll be like, "What's the client's name?" And then they gotta say Billie Jean, and then you'll be like, "Okay, yes." But if they try to be like Norman, you'll be like, no." Uh. So that's a little tidbit for you, for my home care nurses. When you're not sure and you're getting up on the door, you be like, "What's the patient's name?" Because it might be a Jeffrey Dahmer trying to get you up in the house. And once you get in there, you'll be fighting for your life. Once you get in there and the door's closed, so get it clear before you go in. And I've accidentally gone to the wrong house before too, a couple times, rushing, not looking at the address good. So that's what I'm saying what I'm saying because, you know, you could mess around and accidentally go to the Jeffrey Dahmer house and Jeffrey Dahmer like, oh, thank God, who sent this little nurse my way? I was just getting hungry. Mm-mm. So double check the address and then say, what's the name? And I remember one time the guy like opened to let me in. And when I went in, I didn't see the lady like sitting in the living room. I was like, can you go get her? He was like, yeah, she's coming. Calm down. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I know he probably was like, what the hell's wrong with her? But yeah, I'm like going into a house and there's this big, strong, strapping man. And I don't see no little old lady in sight. Where is she at? Produce her before I leave. I can't be in here with the door locked. Because he was like standing by the door. Why not call the phone? Why not call the phone once you're at the right address? Well, sometimes that the people are outside waiting for you already. Like, especially when you work in these big apartment buildings. So sometimes, like, let's say the door is open, or somebody buzzed for you to come in. Or let's say sometimes the door's normally locked, but somebody was coming out, so you were managed able to go in. So once you're reaching up to the door, they want to be nice sometimes and wait at the door like for you, which is sweet. But I'm just saying that when you see the door open, you're like, oh, this must be patient's house. But for all you know, it could not be. It could be someone else that saw you coming and they're trying to pretend that it's, you know, maybe I'm just being paranoid. It might, all be in my mind, but I hit them with the what's the client's name before I get up in there. What's the client's name? And then some of them, they try to be like, come in and sit down. I'll be like, no, I'm good. At the door, I'll be like, I've been sitting all day. I've been sitting, driving all day. I'm all right. I want to stand, make some blood flow to my legs. They'd be like, okay. I'll be right at the doorway. Then others, again, I go in there, I sit down, going good, we laugh, we talk, but it's all on the vibe. Yes, thank you. Like I said, you just gotta pray every morning, because some people are into things that you're not even into, and you're going into their home. Anyways, though, I think I'm gonna get off, y'all, because it's 10:14. I haven't charted on not one patient. I'm up here running my mouth because I can't talk and chart. So I'm gonna go because I'm supposed to be sleeping by 10:30, and I didn't chart on nobody yet. So let me go. But I'll try live again. Try to go live again tomorrow. Have a good night, y'all. Good finish up your charting too, Bree, and get in bed so that it's not a late night. Good night. Thank y'all for watching.